The race to get green is on. Dirty coal, fossil fuels are on the way out. By 2030, 80% of Nova Scotia's energy must come from renewable resources. It's a big ask. But ready to swoop in is Nova East Wind, an international joint venture. It wants to build massive offshore floating wind turbines, a Canadian first, giving the province a chance to maybe become a green energy powerhouse. For generations, Nova Scotians have looked to the sea for solutions. This time, there are headwinds.
What's going on, buddy? You got a faller? Yeah.
This is Canso in northeastern Nova Scotia, where Billy Bond and many before him have fished for more than 4 centuries.
He got a nice shape. He does. He's a nice looking fish.
Lobster, halibut, shrimp, snow crab, and yes, on this day, bluefin tuna.
Beautiful fish, man. That's the most beautiful thing that swims in the ocean.
Those huge wind turbines, the plan is to put about 25 of them, at least to start, in about 150 square kilometers of ocean where these men fish. So, for comparison, here's the Eiffel Tower, about 300 meters tall. The blades on the turbines, they'd be longer than football fields. And the whole structure actually floats while being anchored to the ocean floor. It would be a roughly $2 billion mega project. Now, Canso has seen other big industries promise big things for this region over the years, only to have them fade away.
There's nothing else here except for the fishery.
Back in port, Bond says this time he fears for his livelihood.
But I'll tell you, down here in this neck of the woods, they sure like trying to put us out of business.
So you get a lot of questions.
A lot of questions and no answers. Yes, you know why? Because it was the fishermen were the last ones to even find out about it.
So what worries you the most about the offshore wind turbines?
The fishing. The fishing grounds.
Some people will say it's a big ocean out there.
We got to go where the best fish is. Sure, there's lots of bottom out there. It's a big ocean. But it's not everywhere there's fish.
And this area here is the area that has been surveyed.
So they organize. Ginny Boudreau is executive director of the local fishing association. She's fighting for the whole process to be slowed.
Because 5 years ago, if I had put my finger as a fisherman, as a harvester, on the map as to where I'm fishing a particular species, or where I was fishing 5 years ago, my finger can't go on that spot today because I am over here or I'm over there. The ocean is warming. Fish species are moving. There should be a lot more research. There should be a lot more consultation. And I think that in order for that to happen, we need a set of regulations.
Are you surprised by how quickly this thing is picking up speed?
Oh, it's unbelievable.
We're working on the regulations, governments say. In the meantime, they push on, holding public information sessions like this one across the province.
I understand their concerns. I grew up in Geisler County.
Jerry Sheehan of Nova East Wind, himself the son of a fishing family near Canso, encourages the government to move faster, even if there are still some questions.
With respect to how much access they'll lose, today that's not known. And the reason it's not known is the regulations are being developed as far as what fishing activity could happen within a wind farm, for example. We're actually supportive of that. As long as the activity can happen safe and it won't harm the infrastructure, we don't want to do anything that's going to impact their livelihoods.
And Sheehan argues an offshore wind project of this scale could even spawn a whole new parallel industry here by capitalizing on the wind resource.
We've got one of the best wind regimes in the entire world. You're able to get a lot more power, in some cases 5 times more power out of one single unit compared to an onshore turbine. The thing that we really want to have is the first project. We believe that the first project will kickstart the industry. So I'm very confident that we can build offshore turbines here.
But of late, some offshore wind projects are having a hard time staying afloat. High interest rates and supply chain problems are driving up costs, killing projects.
Especially in the last couple of years.
Chris Nizraki of the University of Maine says the floating offshore wind industry is having growing pains.
And so some of the developers are actually backing out of agreements because they're not cost effective. Some of these companies are walking away because the costs have escalated and they're trying to renegotiate those prices. So for offshore wind, it's more expensive than land-based wind, that's for sure. The benefit is that you're not utilizing land resources.
Offshore wind projects have existed in Europe for decades. So could the two industries share the ocean off Nova Scotia?
As far as fisheries goes and those impacts, I think overall that the impact is fairly limited.
It's very busy, actually.
On the wharf, for Billy and others, their fear is anchored in their survival.
Oh, I think without a doubt it'll probably get bigger and bigger, and the fishermen will get less and less. It's goodbye fishermen, hello windmills.
You're not against green energy, though.
Absolutely not.
You just don't like it in the fishing grounds.
I actually have a car ordered with electric motors, so I'm definitely not against green energy.
What do you want?
Hey, if they're going to take my living from me, I want something, along with every other fisherman here.
Have they talked to you at all about compensation?
Absolutely not.
What do you think of that?
I think with the government, it's a curse word to them.
So for now, they fish. Exactly what's on the horizon, no one really knows.